Quick pause here. Notice how the theft amount was just $119.91? In legal terms, that makes this a misdemeanor theft in Texas, not a felony. But don't let the small number fool you, the consequences are still serious. Question for you: do you think shoplifting cases like this deserve jail time, or just fines and community service?
How do we pronounce your name, ma'am? Kubon. Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay?
Yes, Judge. On September 18, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a Walmart in reference to a theft in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the loss prevention manager, who stated he followed the defendant in pink nurse scrubs within the business as she was pushing a shopping cart and concealing in a black backpack several items she took from the shelves of the business. The defendant observed the defendant pay for the items in the cart at the self-checkout, pass all points of sale, and exit without paying for the items she had loaded in the backpack. The complainant stopped the defendant outside the exit doors and confronted her about the concealed items. The defendant initially denied everything, but ultimately gave her the backpack, to which the defendant found unpaid items with a value of $118.53. Another unpaid item of a value of $1.38 was found wrapped in a Walmart plastic bag in the shopping cart. The total amount taken was $119.91.
Okay. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen? You are? Okay, I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to any Walmart. If we find that you go back to Walmart, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. So you don't have to come to court until he tells you that your presence is needed. But you must stay in contact with Corey. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, that's it. We will revoke your bond, okay? Any questions? Yeah, I know. I have to apprise you.
I understand, yeah.
Do you have any questions? Okay, we're gonna have you sign a reset. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. When you get your bond condition, we'll have you sign it, and then you're free to go, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thanks, Corey.
Judge.
And it is no, it says 3 days Harris County Jail. I spoke with the state. It is a time served.
Good morning, Mr. Reyes.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And this is important because you ever get pulled over and an officer's going to see this. If they smell alcohol or dope, what do you think they're going to do? Right. What we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, now you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So be careful because this time served, you understand. I mean, it's a minimum of 90 from now on. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or possible immigration consequences, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense?
This part is fascinating. Many people don't realize a DWI actually comes with two battles: the criminal case and the administrative license suspension from DPS. That's why the judge keeps stressing reinstatement fees and paperwork. Let me ask you, if someone has already served over 200 days without driving, should they still face another suspension, or is that double punishment?
Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I have to suspend your license, so I will suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license, and good luck to you, sir.
Judge, I asked that his license not be suspended. It's been suspended for over 220 days already.
I have to suspend it, right? If you want credit for the ALR suspension,
Yes, sir.
why has it been suspended for so long?
I am not very sure. He just spoke. I'm filling in for Attorney Clay today, Eric Clay. So I just spoke to the client about the suspension.
Part of my PR bond was not to drive, and you revoked my privilege to drive. So I've been.
Well, there's a reason. Usually, if you don't have a license, you don't have insurance.
I don't have a license
Over a .15.
No, I never take someone's, has to have been an aggravating factor as to why. I don't just willy-nilly take someone's ability to drive away, because I take it really seriously. You know, if you're driving in a manner like going over 100 or a prior DWI or with an open container or something like that. What happened in this case, Alex?
So in this case, officers were dispatched to a crash in Harris County, Texas, and they arrived and observed the vehicle with front end damage that had hit an apartment complex entrance gate and wall
You
building.
have a license.
I had a license, valid license and valid liability.
See.
Part of my bond was, just suspending my license, I couldn't drive.
Oh, you know what it was? You had an ALR suspension. That's why. Your license was suspended. Have you paid any kind of reinstatement fees? Then your license is suspended now. Whenever you get a DWI, you have two cases against you. You have this case, you also have an administrative case versus DPS. And if you don't take care of the administrative case, DPS suspends your license, and it remains in suspension until you go and actively take care of it to have it reinstated. One of those things that you have to do is pay a reinstatement fee of around $125. So until you do that, it remains effectively suspended indefinitely until you take care of it. What we do is we bring you back in to apprise you of the fact that your license does become suspended, and that if you drive, you're in violation of these bond conditions. So I'm trying to help you, believe it or not. You know, I'm not. So do this. Go get your license reinstated. Go to DPS. Show me that you've got it reinstated. Then we can run so that I'll give you credit for the time that you've had your ALR suspension. I'd rather have you driving legally than, driving illegally, right? So go get it reinstated, because what we need are the dates of suspension for the ALR. If you have that, we can give it to them and give you the credit.
Yes, sir.
But don't just start driving now. Your license is still suspended. Alex, can you run it? You mind?
Yes, Your Honor, it's not eligible, and the most recent we have is the ALR suspension.
See, it's the administrative license revocation suspension that you get from DPS. You got to go call DPS, and they'll tell you what to do to get it reinstated. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, guys,
May be excused.
Thank you.
please. Hey, apellido? Macero.
Page 14, Your Honor.
Thanks. Mr. Macero, you're charged with failure to identify oneself, giving false or fictitious information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
All right, may I just get a cause number for that real quick?
It's 2533067.
On October 8th, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle fail to stop at a stop sign. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant stated he did not have a driver's license, ID, or passport. The defendant wrote Jesus Gutierrez, date of birth October 2nd, 1977, on a notepad provided by the officer. There was no TCIC return for the name. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle to have a different VIN from that on TCIC, and the defendant consented to a search of the motor vehicle. The officer found a Venezuelan passport with the defendant's photograph and the name Jairo Jose Macero Barcenas, date of birth January 11th, 1976. The defendant stated he lied about the name to the officer and used a fake name because he was afraid and had never been stopped by officers while in the country.
Mr. Macero Barcenas.
Your Honor, maybe you have to go to the civil front.
Yeah, go. Thanks, Luis.
Hola, buenos días, me llamo Luis Lindarte. Disculpe la interrupción, mi colega se tiene que ir a un juicio. Acérquese aquí, por favor. Sobre el juez y conteste nada más en español. Hello.
Marcelo Barcenas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you a United States citizen?
What? Solo
Are
mira-
you a
mira-
United States citizen?
ciudadano estadounidense?
No.
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
¿Es con permiso o sin permiso?
Sin permiso.
Without permission.
I'm going to give you a warning now that if you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you. You will remain in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration, and you will sit in immigration custody until they do whatever they're going to do to you. That usually is a process that'll take about 6 to 9 months. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate any of the conditions that I put on you now. Because if you do, you could be spending a lot of time in custody. You do not have a Texas driver license, so you are not allowed to drive. I am making that a condition of your bond. The other condition I'm putting now is not to get in trouble or violate any laws. You were able, I don't know if you went to jail, but from now on, you will not be given any more PR bonds. So your bonds will be sufficiently high that you're going to spend some time there. And if you're unlucky enough, immigration will put a detainer on you. You will get no further warnings. Do you understand?
Sí, señor. Tiene que hablar. Sí, señor o no, señor. Yes, sir.
No driving whatsoever.
Manejo para nada. No puede manejar.
Okay. We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. First, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Victoria, where we will have you sign a reset, and we're going to get you out of here. These are the only conditions I'm putting on you now. Don't drive and don't get in trouble. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. How was jail? Good. You pick up another case, you violate conditions. Next time, it'll be double, triple, maybe quadruple, depending on what happens. I'm not asking much from you. I'm asking you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs and obey the law. And if you become a danger to society, there's only one place. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not asking you to split the atom here. Just be nice. It's not hard. So bond condition will, so this is Ochoa Lacan.
Yes, Judge.
I'm letting pre-con know. So, he's in the jail docket? Yeah, it's page 29, guys. No drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis. Alex, can you run his license to see if it's eligible or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Whatever happened with the investigation that they were doing, do you know? With the interference?
I checked them. They didn't file anything. Nothing new has been filed.
Alex, do we know anything about the investigation? Do we know any other further charges that are potentially going to be filed?
I don't see anything about the sexual assault investigation, so,
Okay.
and also his license is, I apologize, just closed out, not eligible.
I'm ordering you now not to drive. Your license has been suspended, probably due to the administrative license revocation hearing. So I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, Mr. Ochoa Lacan. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? We had them check in the system now with DPS to see if it's eligible or not eligible. And it is not eligible.
And Your Honor, you are correct, it's the ALR suspension.
Do you understand? So if you drove here, you may not drive home. You've got to find somewhere else, someone else. Do you understand? You violate these conditions. Like I said, you're going to be signing an affidavit. This is a promise you're making to me not to drive. And I'm telling you, there's no better way to see me really get upset than to drive when there's a no driving affidavit. Do you understand? It is your responsibility to get with DPS to try to figure out how to get your license back. And if you do, and you get liability insurance, I'll take this off. But until that point, don't drive. So I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. We will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with pre-chop for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go. Okay?
Judge, if I may, he is here this morning on the DWI. The interfering is set for Friday. Is there any way we can handle
No.
both of those today?
Have you come multiple days?
Okay. Come back on
Kidding,
Friday.
of course.
I was like, thank you, Judge. So
Yes.
are there gonna be different conditions for that or the same
No,
conditions?
it'll be all in one. That's why I was in the interference. I was wanting to see if there's a complaining witness to forbid him to have contact with, but it looks like the interference is just with an officer. So I'm not going to put any conditions on that one. Everything it just rides on the DWI. So you know what's expected of you. You're skirting thin ice. Be careful. That ice breaks. Okay, that way.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, take care.
Again, on Javid, we've gotten in touch with the complaining witness on this case. And
Hello, I'm ADA Colada. I'm filling in for Conrad.
Come up. Come up. Yes. Ms. Turner, I truly appreciate your tenacity. I really do. But the allegations to me are serious. And guys, keep it down, please. And I don't know if I'm ready because I don't want something to happen. It's too soon. It's too fresh. I don't want something bad to happen.
is it possible for us to keep the address restriction and just do no threatening and harassing?
That's what I mean. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's what,
Because they have no contact at all if we do no threatening and harassing. They can still
don't have
communicate, but
contact. That's the point, is I don't want you to have contact with her. The allegations are serious. You allegedly threatened to choke, you allegedly threatened to kill the family, do it overseas, and it's in a repeated fashion.
she said today that that wasn't true.
That's
I don't
not what
know
I was
that.
told on the recall, sorry.
Okay,
That's not what I
okay.
was told on the recall. She said that those statements were prior incidences where he had made those comments and that the incident in question where he made the threat, the consequences of calling the police, she's claiming that he never made the gesture, but I don't have the body cams to watch it to see if that's actually what was said, which is why we're holding off on making a decision.
So what is your position? Your position is to keep no contact?
My position is no threatening or harassing. Based off of the complaint, it was very clear that she doesn't want the restrictions. And I think that they will contact each other anyway. So rather than setting the defendant up to violate his bond conditions.
No. There's no setting anyone up. We're clear what the consequence is if you try to have contact with her. I don't want you to have contact her for the time being now. I want you to appreciate the fact that you're not to have contact with her, and I'm warning you, don't do it. There will be severe consequence if you try to have any contact with her, if you try to use anyone to relay any kind of messages. If I deem you a public danger, Mr. Javed, I'm telling you now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it very high. Perhaps in time, yes, but the allegations are there. I find them disturbing and I don't want you to have contact with her. I know that your lawyer has really worked hard for it, so don't blame her. It has nothing to do with her. It's all to do with me. And I'm ordering you now not to have any contact with her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't blame her. If you want to blame anyone, you blame me. But for the time being, no means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean I've got kids. It doesn't mean I've got to get my car payment. It doesn't mean I got to get my house done. None of that makes a difference to me. My only concern is public safety. That's it. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm not ready yet. The allegations to me are very troubling, and I get the fact that people try to either renounce, mitigate, recant, but I'm not ready yet. I'm just not. In time, perhaps, because, I'm always willing in time to, modify. It's just too soon for right now.
Okay.
Are there any kids in the relationship now? Good, wonderful. So there's just no reason for you to have contact with this person for now. There's no reason. Don't. Time heals all wounds, and perhaps we can change it, but for the time being, no contact. Come back in a couple weeks, and then we can redo it. And then I want you also to give you guys sufficient time to do a full rip, take time to do it with the right way, not in a rush when you've got other, a gajillion things going on as well. And I appreciate you really coming down to help out as well, okay?
Problem, and I'll make a
So-
note for Conrad to have a more in-depth discussion.
The other thing is I'd like to talk to her as well, before, because I'd like to talk to her to tell her that, the ramifications, not to ever feel any type of fear. No one, absolutely no one should have to live in fear like that. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't, imagine having to walk on eggshells because of the fear that if you make someone mad, they're going to explode. No one should have to live like that. So, and I'd like to impart that, that's it. All right. So, Mr. Turner, whatever reset you want, if you want to do a week, 2 weeks, whatever you'd like to do, I'm okay. I'm just not ready. And understand that just, I bet, best probably not to say anything. Okay. All right. Thanks. All right.
I'm making that note for Conrad now.
Thank you. Hi, counsel.